have come that heaven may bear us witness. And this evening, rather unorthodoxly, there is a way we are going to start. Pay very close attention, because you are about to witness revelation. Before I came on air today, I heard something that I never thought possible in my life. The daughter of Abiola was on television interviewing a Janjaweed, Funtua. That's his name. He made his money by stealing. He was in MPN. He's a rogue, he's a thief. I know him very well. One of the cabals now running the zoo. The Kaduna Mafia that later metamorphosed into the Fulani Mafia. Or should I say the Fulani Cabal. They interviewed him. Do you know what Abiola'S daughter said? I never in my life thought that there are Yoruba people who can actually reason the way she did. She said to Isa Funtua, do you know that my father, to compensate the Yorubas for the death of my father, that was what she said. To compensate the Yorubas for the death of my father, the Yorubas were given presidency. Why don't you do the same thing to the Igbos? I said, are you sure she's Yoruba? Let me tell you, to complete this whole thing, I saw this very press statement, Powerful sent it to me before I came on air. It's called State House Press Release. From their so-called presidency without president, presidency without vice president. Listen carefully, please. Let me read for you what Nigerian government Aisha wrote before I came on air. State House press release. IPOB, self-proclaimed Jews using Christianity to wage war against the Nigerian state. That's the headline of the press release. The presidency wishes to draw the attention of all citizens and the international community to a most misleading campaign spearheaded by the so-called indigenous people of Biafra using false allegations of persecution of Christians against the Nigerian state. Are you listening? They did not mention Upper Niger Congress. They didn't mention any other group. Nobody. Only IPOB. Can you hear it from the presidency? Do you know why they're complaining? Because tomorrow now, one idiot will come and say, oh, it's just I did it. I was in Washington. But I've been telling you from day one, there are some diplomatic moves we are making that the eyes cannot see. That very soon you will see it, and this is the result. The world is now calling them every day, saying, what are you doing? This is what IPOB is telling us. And now they're responding, telling the international community that the so-called are no longer proscribed. Can you see how all of a sudden IPOB is no longer a terrorist group to them? Before, Guy Bashir who would say the proscribed, the terrorist and proscribed, illegal, illegitimate IPOB. All that is gone. It now belongs to the past. What it's now saying is the so-called indigenous people of Biafra using false allegations of persecution of Christians against the Nigerian state. A very deep and wide investigation by an agency of the Nigerian government working with international partners have made us become aware that there are two interconnected campaigns being run concurrently by children of light IPOB in this regard. That's why the zoo is collapsing. It's gone, completely gone. People play with IPOB at their peril. You don't know who we are. We destroyed Nigeria. Talk less of ordinary security guard. Somebody said to me once, I am used to counting in millions, so what is thousands to me? We bring down people that think they cannot be brought down. We destroyed Buhari. We destroyed Abakari. And Aisha is on the run. Where is Buratai? We destroyed people who are men. Talk us ordinary guard. In the night, we touch checking the pipe to see if there's any leakage of kerosene. You want IPOB to remember you, to talk about you, so they can give you more money. Okay. It's only a pin. If you want to deflate a balloon, you don't use a sledgehammer. You don't use a rod. You don't use a plank. It's ordinary.
Well, this is a deep revelation. At times you wonder how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gets information. And over time, a lot of people have thought that Nnamdi Kanu is just there talking on Radio Biafra, hiding behind Twitter and all of that. But he said he's going to bring down the zoo, bring down the regime of Major General Muhammadu Buhari with the truth. And people thought it was just a ruse. In fact, right now, you can see that it is the Nigerian government themselves, their media aide, Y0URS, untalented, and Mr. Nobody is the one that actually came on his Twitter handle to tell Nigerians, to tell the whole world what work the leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra are onto internationally and nationally. They cried out and they said, right now, Nnamdi Kanu is working with the Congress of the United States of America using PRs and lobbying, and of course, making use of all the connections he has in Europe, connecting with the parliament and also the House of Commons to discuss the persecution of Christians, the Fulanization and Islamization agenda of the North, of the aliens to Nigeria, the Fulanis who came in and dominated Nigeria. And of course, they did that because it could dominate the Y0URS that are indigenous to Nigeria. And when we wonder how he got to know all of this information, I'm talking about Garba Shehu, that's because at the end of the day, the truth will always shine like light in darkness, and there is no way out of it. And yes, he spilled all of this out, and reactions trailed all this. People said, in fact, we are tired of this. You know what? It's best for you to allow Biafra go. And that's it. Allow Biafra go. Do not continually try to stifle the breakaway of Biafra or the breakaway of the South from the North. An amalgamation that was not supposed to have existed at all. Because till date, we have not seen the productivity or any progress in the joining of the North and the South. These are two different group of people who do not have the same ideology, moral, value system. Everything is different, aside some few among them, the typical ones among them from the North and the South that are only interested in their own pocket. That is the only religion they practice: stealing, looting, and destroying. So the Nigerian government, they are the ones that are confirming what work efficiently done by the indigenous people of Biafra. And for them to have spoken and tweeted this way, well, I know there's going to be a backlash on Garba Shehu, as some group of people are right now saying, why did you say this? You have shown to them that we are afraid and we are jittery. Yes, we are afraid, we are jittery, because IPOB is pushing these things in a much more diplomatic way. They thought it was just going to be hell and brimstone, weapons and fight and all of that. It's going to be the same repetition of what happened in 1960s down to 1970s, the Civil War. But that's not what it is. And as you can see, he has said it. Nnamdi Kanu has uncovered Aisha Buhari said he's on the run because, according to him, in his words, he said, a Fula Aisha is driving a supremacist agenda aimed at elevating the Fulani to the status of a new suzerain of Nigeria. In other words, Aisha is engaged in reverse separatism from the very top as the president. From Nigeria, a nation in reverse separatism by Russell A. Crowe. That is what he tweeted. Now, in a similar development, like I said initially, the presidency now somehow said that, ignore this Christian genocide, the campaign allegedly led by the indigenous people of Biafra. No, it is the truth. From the middle belt down to the south, we are seeing people who have a different, a fanatical approach, bloodsuckers that are only hell-bent on making sure that they dominate the other people and they crush them, kill them in the process. That's just what it is. So I don't know what your opinion is about it. There's a lot of reactions to this new revelation. You've heard it from Nnamdi Kanu. You've heard what he said. He gave it out exactly how it is. So for you out there that were thinking there is nothing being done at all, probably it is just a noise-making campaign. This is the truth of it. If you are in Nigeria, if you're in the villages, you're in the town, you're everywhere, are you saying that you are not seeing how these Fulanese that are not supposed to be even in Nigeria, can you see what they are onto? How they go to other people's farm, how they rape, kill. It's a very terrible thing. Unless you are blind, unless you're part of them, then you will say nothing is happening, that the Fulanis are just peaceful people going about. In fact, is taking cows from one point to the other what should be on at the moment. We are talking of a generation like ours that things should be done differently. Why can't they have a ranch? But that is not what they want. They want to use this cover of cattle herdsmen to perpetrate crime all over Nigeria. This is not going to continue to happen anymore.